This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Of course, we know he winds up coming back to the American television set when he makes controversial appearances on Nitro. He's managed by Ed Ferrara, the same guy who mocked JR and got dumped on his head as a result on Raw. This time he's portraying Jim Ross as Oklahoma. And unfortunately, Dr. Death winds up feuding with Vampiro, kind of, and even winds up wrestling Jerry Only from the Misfits in a steel cage match. Buddy, this went from bad to worse here for Dr. Death, did it not?
Yeah, I thought it was horrible.
Do you think some of that was just Russo and Ed having fun with Jim Ross more so than doing anything with Dr. Death?
I probably so, but you'd have to ask them.
He's only in WCW for a couple of months before he heads back to All Japan Pro Wrestling. At this point, it feels like it's just obvious that the American wrestling audience is not going to get to see the Dr. Death that we hoped.
Yeah, I think that it was just it's a different style and a different presentation. And I don't know that Doc was someone that could fit into that style and presentation at the time. So
check this out. This is a part of the story you and I have never talked about. Dr. Death does a loop in 2003 in Louisiana with the WWE. He worked 2 matches with Lance Storm. And the Observer would say there had been talk of signing Steve Williams, but it's not decided one way or the other. One theory is because he comes from the All Japan system that he'll be able to work with younger wrestlers on doing slower paced and more mat oriented matches and doing matches where the holds mean something and the mat wrestling is worked as a struggle as opposed to simply resting in between high spots. Overall reports on Williams from the house shows over the weekend were not that strong. So in this little loop, Williams and Storm trade wins. What can you tell us about this? He gets another shot at the cup and it just doesn't work out.
Yeah. Let's take a look, see what kind of shape he's in and how he looks in the ring, and just take a look-see on the road.
Jim Ross went on to a radio show not long after that tour and said that Dr. Death wouldn't be brought in because he wouldn't have enough work to make a living. Is that how you remember it?
I just don't think that anybody was all that impressed.
So we know Dr. Death goes on to do an MMA show in Japan, and unfortunately he once again gets knocked out, this time in about 20 seconds. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.